All right. There you are. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, Dumalang. Good thing.
Oh,
Johnny.
man. Hi, it's Kona. Hello, hello.
Hello to
um,
everyone.
yes, yes, yes. Welcome, 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 Busi, renowned executive producer, writer, chairperson of the Writers Guild. We're so honored. I'm so honored to have a chat with you live and being the first of the series. I can't express my happiness. Thank you so much for your
Thank you.
time. And you look
This
good,
is
by the
very
way.
exciting. I think this is wonderful, this initiative that you've started and these micro talks. I think they're going to be amazing. And
Oh
I'm honored
man.
as a guest.
Oh, thank you so much. Let's start off with the good news. The 3 a.m. club. Were you
Yeah.
part of the 3 a.m. club? Because I was part of the 3 a.m. club.
Listen, I was up at 3 a.m. because I'm a writer and I'm always up at that time. But I don't have super sports, so I didn't see the game. But I saw all over TikTok, everywhere, people were celebrating. I was like, why are people celebrating? I saw Trevor Noah jumping up and down. And then I realized, Bafana, Bafana, we're through.
Hey. Ah,
It's
they
amazing.
made us proud, man. They made us proud. So you have to forgive me. I didn't sleep properly. So I'm trying to disguise myself here, so that I don't look like I've been smoking something. It's just this sleepless 3 a.m. club after
Got it.
effects.
Got it. Did
All
you watch
right.
the game?
Yes, I did. Every
Okay.
minute of it.
Yeah,
At
amazing.
first, honestly, I really thought I was going to regret having to wake up so early, but hey,
Yeah.
they did us proud.
But people are celebrating all over the country. People are there, parades in Durban, in Soweto. They
Yeah.
were dancing on the streets at 3 a.m. It's amazing. Yeah.
Oh man, it's
Big up.
well deserved. It's well deserved. It's been a long road to get here, and finally we are here as a nation. And
Mm.
I think we are putting a stamp out there to say, hey, we are here. We've been dominating in other ones, like rugby. But hey, 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 watch out, hey! One day we'll bring that thing home, eh?
No, we will.
So anyway, let's get straight to it. I don't want to lie too much and say things I do not know. So I will allow you, Sis Busi, to give a brief intro to the people that are watching us. We've got audiences on YouTube. I'm going to get into some housekeeping later. If you are watching us on YouTube, of course, and you've got anything to say, you can just type it in the comment section on the YouTube and post it. We are going to see it within our live. And if it's something that we can show, we are going to show it. So feel free. So, Sis Busi, just a brief introduction about yourself.
Okay, I'll keep it brief so we have enough time to talk about the micro
Mm.
drama. So
Oh,
my name
yeah.
is Wisisiwe Tintili. I'm the founder of Tintili Factory. It's a full turnkey production company, and I'm the founder and the executive producer of the company. I have been working in television for 25 plus years. It's been a long
Wow.
time. I started when I was a baby. My very first television show was Big Brother, South Africa. Interesting enough. So even though I'm a writer, I started in reality television,
Mm.
um, and then moved into soapies. That's where I got my real training. It's a dingo, which is so similar. That training in soapies, the factory machine of soapies, is so similar to vertical production. And then
Ah.
went on to become, I think, the first Black head writer of a major television show when I became the head writer of Generations. Um,
Wow.
a bunch of drama series like Josie H, which is a Canadian South African co-production. Did Intersections, which won a
Ah.
Peabody Award. Did Foreplay, Sex Tips for Girls,
Yes.
which won a
Oh,
BAFTA.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so along the way,
Mm.
and most of that stuff I did, but under the age of 30. So I think the early part of my career was really just learning, 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 and doing as much and working across as much different formats as I possibly could.
Yeah.
And then in sort of my late 20s, I formed my production company. And then since then, I've been making my own productions. Recently, I mean, we did Jiva, which was the third original series for Netflix, the third African original.
Mm.
And last year we did Levels, a heist drama series from Zanzi Magic. But I think why I'm so interested in verticals is because I've worked in so many different formats in television, almost every scripted format I've worked in.
Yeah, yeah,
So for me, when this thing popped up, I was like, oh, this is an amazing opportunity to take the skills I've sort of gathered, but also in a different platform.
yeah,
Still the beginning. Normally we enter stuff when it's late, and this is
yeah,
something
yeah,
really still at the beginning stages, and that's super exciting for me.
yeah. Oh man, hey, I think we need a different episode just to talk about all this stuff that you have done because I was like, yeah. Now it's 10 minutes in and she's still going. Like it's a long list,
Yeah.
but no, I know we really appreciate that's an intense and immense amount of experience, and we had to applaud you. Most of us probably we've been watching. I mean, I think for the people that are watching this live, they definitely watch some content that you were involved in the creation. So thank you for your enthusiasm with microdrama because that's what we're here today to talk about. So
Mm,
let's go straight to it. I think, and this session, by the way, was triggered by yourself where you said, look, how about we start off with the basics? Microdrama 101. What is a microdrama? Because we've
mm,
got a group of people and some of them they still don't understand what is microdrama. So everyone is getting into the space. So
mhm.
you rightfully advise that we start with the very basics. So take us through now. What are microdramas? I know there's microdramas, there's verticals, but hey, your flow.
Okay. All right. So basically, a lot of people have been hearing that buzzword microdrama vertical, and a lot of people, even in the industry, are not quite sure what it is. Um, to put it simply, a microdrama is a short drama. It's a short, fast moving, dramatic series, and it's made specifically for smartphones. It's made for mobile first viewing. So microdramas are not made for streaming platforms. They're not made for television. You sit in front of a television. They're natively made for mobile. And because they're natively made for mobile, their orientation is vertical.
Yeah,
Technically, microdrama could be horizontal. I mean, you could have a microdrama that's horizontal for YouTube.
yeah, yeah,
But most people, we hold our phones when we're looking at our phones, we hold them ganje, we hold them vertically. And so that's why then people just started calling them verticals for short to describe that, oh, this is the thing you watch on the phone. And then they started calling them
uh-huh,
the verticals then took over the word microdrama. So it's
yeah,
one in the same. It's really one in the
uh-huh,
same
yeah, yeah. And usually duration wise, what you say is the typical duration? Because I remember somebody also asked on that group, what is the duration of an episode?
thing. So for microdramas, we're talking micro. So most episodes last just 1 to 3 minutes. 3 minutes is really
Mm,
pushing it. Usually the sweet spot is about 90 seconds, 1.5 minutes.
mm,
Um, but that's the duration. And then the scale of it is a full series can run anywhere from 50, 60 episodes up to 100 episodes or more. So we're talking about scale as well. We're talking about
yeah.
small, bite-sized storytelling told at scale. So
Mm-hmm.
someone also asked, is a short film a microdrama? No. A short film is a short film. A short film is a contained thing and it's a once-off. A
Yeah,
microdrama means a series. It needs to have scale.
yeah.
So that's also a part of it. And then in
Oh,
terms of pacing as well, I think one thing that sets microdramas apart from other
mm,
things is that they move very quickly. So
yeah,
so so they have strong emotional hooks, they have escalations that keep you watching, they have dramatic twists, and then they have strong cliffhangers that make you click to the next episode.
yeah, yeah. So I think what you are describing already flows into my next question because I want us now to discuss the structure, and by structure I mean the structure of each episode because we have to remember that this thing is scientific in as much as people are consuming it as entertainment. There is a science to it. We've seen it even in feature films where you've got your three-act structure, you've got Seedfield's theorems, you've got Black Snyder, 14 bit, I don't know how many bits now it's on, but everything tends to have a structure. So can we now discuss the structure of a microdrama?
Sure. I think I'd like to just point out as well. I think a lot of us have started hearing about microdramas recently in the past maybe year or two. It's kind of gotten onto a lot of people's radar. But this thing started in China. It blew up in sort of 2020, at the height of COVID. But the history of how it started in China is very interesting. And I think it speaks to also the narrative structure of microdramas. So in China, microdramas are called zhuangzhu. Zhuangzhu. Duanju. Zhuangzhu. I hope I'm saying it correctly. But basically, when I was doing research, I was fascinated about how did this thing all come about. And in early 2000s, around 2002, they had a culture of web novels in web fiction is what they called it. And basically it was normal users like you and me would go on these websites and they would write fiction, fantasy fiction, romance fiction, and they were released in installments. And then the readers had the option to pay per chapter. So they could subscribe to the whole thing or they could pay per chapter. That became the sort of the early business model of what then became verticals. And so it all started in 2002. People think this just happened overnight. It didn't. And then about later, 2018, they started now turning them into videos, into video stories, serialized video stories. But those early stories using those original web fiction stories. So they were basically adaptations of those fiction stories where a poor girl marries a billionaire, a CEO loses his money or whatever. And they turn them into dramas. Then they used the same model. They said and because they'd been building this audience for 10 years, they started noticing the patterns of what made them stay, what made them read the next chapter, what made them click to the next chapter. And they started applying that to verticals and came up with the whole system that we are still unpacking to hook people, keep them, retain them, and make them keep watching. And that's kind of the formula that they have since developed. And then obviously in 2020, it blew up.
Hook them. Let me interrupt you. You said hook them, keep them, and what's the last one?
And make them click, and make them keep watching.
Keep watching. What do you call this thing? Like cliffhanger. So you hook them. Oh man. So it is a science, actually.
It's a science, but that science comes from narrative storytelling, which a lot of it, let's be honest, it comes from soapies. It comes from the same sort of psychology of why people watch soapies on a daily basis and why soapies used to have strong cliffhangers so that people will come back the next day. The only difference is that online, you don't want people to come back the next day. You want them to click immediately. Like you don't want them to leave, and so really, like I've taken really like my years in soapies and telenovelas and studying what the Chinese do with their model and comparing it with telenovelas. I've come up with my own four key things. I mean, you can break them down further, but for the purposes of this, it's really four key things that you need to do in a vertical. Is you need to hook the audience, you need to escalate, you need reversal, and you need reveal. So if I can explain, so the hook is the thing that brings you in, right? And that creates the question in the audience's mind.
Yeah. So and I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm told that hook needs to be within the first 3 seconds, 5 seconds, but you've got a very short span, or should I say short timeline or time. Can you talk to that? Yeah, with the hook.
Well, it's true. I mean, it's like if you look at sort of like traditional TV, the beginning of a show, you might establish the world, have this beautiful establishing shots show someone, doing something mundane before you really get into the meat of it. But in verticals, you don't have that time. If you don't get straight to the meat of it, the meat of the matter,
Yeah.
you lose your audience. And we see that even when we're watching videos on TikTok, even just people
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
when people ramble, and you're like, when is this person going to get to the point? That's when my thumb goes. Like, I'll usually give someone a few seconds. I'm like, is this person going to get to the point? Nope, they're not. and then I'm out. So it's the same because people are viewing on their cell phones. Audiences have developed that habit. They just don't have the time. They're not going to wait for you to do beautiful shots of the trees and the sky in a vertical. You got to get straight to the point. So the hook means you start immediately. You start in the middle of an action. You
Yeah.
start at the height of the drama.
Mm.
You don't, if someone's robbing a bank, you start while they have the hands on the money already. You don't show the build up, and you know what I'm saying. So that's
Yes.
the hook. Also, the hook usually does something which is key, which helps people to stay, is what it raises a question. So the hook
Mm-hmm.
isn't just then J for show. The hook usually creates a
Mm.
question in the audience's mind.
Nice question. Yeah.
So if someone is robbing a bank, let's say a vertical starts with guys and they're in the safe, they have their hands on the gold. The
Mm.
question the audience is going to ask is, oh my God, are they going to get caught? And then I want to
Mm.
keep watching to see if that question is going to be answered. So
Right.
a great hook should raise a question.
Yeah. Okay. And then from there it goes to escalation.
And then from there we go to escalation, and escalation just means problems. It means
Oh.
throwing problems at your characters. So
Mm.
you've hooked them. Now what's going to happen? So if it's, let's use the example of the bank robbers. We start with a great hook. They're in the safe. They've got the money. We're like, oh my God,
Mm.
are they going to get away with it? Escalations could be as many problems as you can throw at them. And these are obviously, within episodes, you want escalations. And across the
Mm.
series, you want escalations. So in one episode, an escalation might be they go to leave the safe and they find the doors locked. They've locked themselves inside by accident. Uh-oh, like that's an escalation. Another escalation could be the guy's mask slipped off his head. Now the camera caught his face. So you
Oh.
just want to throw as many problems.
Mm.
Because the problems keep people, that's part of the retention, right? Because you're
Yeah.
wanting to see how they're going to deal with this challenge, and then you just throw as many problems in their way as possible.
Okay. And then finally at the
And
end.
then, and then we have reversal and then reveal. Reversal is just another word for plot twist. When people say
Ah.
plot twist, they're talking about reversals. And a plot twist means you didn't see it coming, right? So
Mm.
that's what a reversal is. A reversal is you're driving this way and suddenly the car
Yeah.
the car goes left when you thought it was going to keep going right. Um, and great reversals also are part of the retention
Yeah.
in verticals and even in traditional storytelling. Is that you set these people up, you've given them problems, you see, and then you're trying to see how they're going to get out of these escalations, out of these problems. But then at some point, you need a reversal, and usually reversals are also reversals of power. So like
Ah.
maybe
Ah.
so that thing of like the two Supermans, that meme of like the multiple Supermans pointing guns at each other.
Uh-huh.
um, or if you've seen what's that movie? Is it Reservoir Dogs? The Quentin Tarantino movie. Anyways, there's that meme
Yeah.
of all the Supermans pointing guns at each other. The
Yeah.
plot twist would be a 5-year-old girl comes in and grabs one of the guns and shoots them all dead. Like a plot twist is something. It's a
As
reversal.
who would have expected that?
Did not expect it coming at all.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
And
sometimes
then
reversals are not that dramatic. Sometimes they're emotional as well.
yeah. Yeah.
And then
And then
finally,
right at the end.
right at the end, you have the cliffhanger, which is the reveal. And the reveal really is about revealing something that will take us to the next episode.
Next
So
episode. But you don't reveal it in that episode, right?
you usually reveal the first bit of it, and then you finish off the
Ah.
reveal, or you finish off the reaction in the
Mm.
next episode. So it's splitting like a big moment into two, basically.
Wow. I think you've given a good enough explanation. I think everybody by now should know what a microdrama is, should have a basic understanding of the structure. Let's talk about the types of stories because there are certain type of stories that I haven't seen in microdramas. I'm sure they've started experimenting on them, like horror. Horror, I haven't seen that. But what are the typical types? I know you pros, you'd like to call them troops or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, look, because the market started in China and is still very heavily dominated, the market still is 70% dominated by Chinese
Yeah,
microdramas.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so they sort of set the blueprint. So the ones that have really become popular on your big apps have really centered around romance, around revenge, around a lot of
Mm,
CEO driven plot lines. When I say CEO, I
mm,
mean like those stories of someone losing their fortune and then trying to get their
mm.
fortune back, or someone starting
Yeah,
off poor, becoming rich, like those
yeah.
reversal
Or someone
type,
hiding their fortune.
someone hiding their fortune from somebody, and then someone discovers that they're actually rich, but they fell in love with them while they were, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think those worked because, when you look at the audience of sort of Asian, the initial audience was mainly female,
Mm,
um, and middle-aged female, middle-aged women between the ages of 30 to 60.
okay.
And so for them, it's the same women who love romance novels. It's the same
Yeah.
target market. So a lot of people did make fun of them at the beginning because some of them were a little bit corny, a little bit cheesy.
Yeah.
Um, you had titles like, I was just looking at some of the most popular. You had titles like the double life of my billionaire husband, or I became a pampered wife after divorce, or never divorce a secret billionaire. Like, so you can
And
see.
this is what I've noticed with the titles. The microdrama titles are not like your typical film titles where you have uncovered the matrix. The title is almost like telling you what's going to happen. It's often so weird because you've got a whole sentence for the title. I'm like looking, am I looking at a title? Is that what is that? That's a tagline. What's going on here?
It's like the log line, the synopsis, the controlling idea. It's everything. But
And the title.
it makes sense because also when people are looking on a phone, they don't have to.
Yeah,
They're not. You have some beautiful poetic title for your show, and then people
yeah.
have to figure out what your show is about. Again, that thumb is very powerful. Eh? People are just gonna scroll past it. So I think they learned very early. Just be direct. Just tell them.
Man,
You know.
and thank you so much, Wusi. We are going to we continuing, but we're almost at the end. So because we promised people we're going to be 30 minutes, so
Mm.
we're going to go to the platforms. But what I want to encourage our viewers online is please drop your questions and comments onto YouTube, right? Oh, I see there is one already. There is a question there, so I don't know whether you would like to deal with that question right now, or would you like us to finish our agenda first and then attend to questions?
Um, we can deal with it quickly. Is there a lot of questions?
No, no, no. For now, I just see one. Is there potential for animation with this format? Is there a market for animation?
I think there is. I think maybe that goes in. Maybe we can go into your next topic, which is the
Okay.
opportunities. Yeah.
All right. All right, cool. So before opportunities quickly, it's the platforms. I think everybody knows them by now because some people secretly have them on their phones. I've got three, of course, but it's I'm understudying. But
Mm.
can we quickly name any one? You go,
So
I
big
go.
ones, players, drama box. Obviously, people know that. Real short. Those
Yeah,
are sort of the two big ones. Good short is also there. Those are the
good
global
shot.
ones
Yeah.
that started, in Asia. And then we've got what I wanted to talk about really is the rise of African. apps. Like
Aha.
the platforms in Africa are rising. Every second a new one is being launched, which I think is amazing.
Mm.
Locally, we've got the homegrown, Mzansi grown Hectic,
Yeah.
which recently launched.
Yes.
And really, I think it's going to explode. South
Mm.
Africa is one of the biggest, online population in terms of
Yeah.
actively online digital population. So I think
Mm.
Hectic starting is going to be amazing. And then there's a lot of other new ones as
And
well,
hectic
starting
is Somla Dandala, yeah, the
from
actor.
London, Dala and his
Isn't
team.
it
Yeah,
amazing how it's amazing how then we've got one of the key players in the industry saying, okay, now I'm getting into this space, because we've seen it as well in Hollywood. We've got XC or Miramax. He opened, I think it's called Gamma Time, something like that. Got a bit of
mm,
funding from the Kardashians. Um, and they've been coming up, and they're seeing opportunities. So I think we'll get to a time where we actually see A-list actors participating in these verticals, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. You've got the Oscar-nominated actor who's got the black app Mansa, which is for the African diaspora,
Oh yeah,
and
Mansa. Yes, yes. What's his name?
Hollywood.
Leo.
Yeah, David
Yeah.
something, I forget his name, but yeah, and
Oleo,
that.
David Oleo, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's him. Okay,
So it's
thank you. So let's talk. Sorry to cut you. Let's talk about then the business opportunities, because I think you were going there and then I digressed you.
Look, I think again, I say like it's very rare in history to be at a moment in time where the convergence of sort of rapidly developing technology merges with a burst of creativity. So you've got on the one side just like a burst of creativity on the continent, and then you've got cheaper internet, you've got better stable internet, you've got the explosion of AI. I think this is one of those moments that is definitive, and I think it's exciting for Africa.
Mm,
And I particularly think Africa has a lot of advantages that a lot of places don't have.
yeah.
One, we have this rich history of soapies and telenovelas. The only other place
Mm,
that's really like us is sort of like Latin America in terms of its richness of soapies and telenovelas. Also, we've got the youngest population in the world.
mm,
And it's a population that's mobile natives, meaning they grew up on mobile, they grew up on the internet. And
yeah.
so that's an untapped market. And they're
Mm,
craving entertainment, they're craving quality entertainment. And I think, yeah,
yeah.
microdramas might have started corny or whatever, but I don't think Africans need to copy necessarily what has been done in China. I think we need
Yes.
to learn from them,
Yeah. Yeah.
learn
Yeah.
the business models, learn what works, learn their analytics, but then
Mhm.
apply the storytelling to our unique storytelling. Even when we
Yeah.
talk to people overseas, they say the same thing. They say people overseas are dying to see African content. So it's not just
Yeah.
local audiences, it's global audiences.
Mm, mm. So this is a good opportunity for us to also find ourselves in there. Maybe we'll find our signature. Who knows? Who knows?
Mm. Yeah, maybe we'll be the ones inventing new genres for microdramas.
Right, right. So now let's deal with the questions, and then from there we're gonna come back to you, because you've got stuff that you're busy with as well. We want to know about that before we go. So quick minute responses. Is there potential for animation, or what happened? Let me go back
Yes,
to this one. Yeah.
yes, there is potential. I think also we have people. There's that amazing animator in South Africa that started. He also was a predecessor, and he started
Yeah.
doing stuff. I remember in the early days we used to share them on our phones. He was so good. He ended up getting a deal with like Comedy Central, blew up,
Mm,
and he's like a huge guy now. But he started online. He started with digital animation. So I think those types of people have inspired a younger generation to do animation for digital spaces. So definitely.
okay. Definitely. Okay, let's look at this one now. Do we need to include the external, internal, and philosophical conflicts in the microdrama? Hmm.
So
Oh,
I think you're talking about storytelling conflicts. I think that's
yeah, I
what
think.
it's about.
Mm,
Listen, The writing in microdramas is improving every single day, and I think it's also helping that people like myself, people who have a deep background in television and have been trained in television, are entering the space. So you're going to start to find that the quality is improving, and so writers with vast backgrounds are bringing that experience into the space. Actors,
Yeah.
vast backgrounds, are bringing that experience into the space. Same with crew and talent. So yes, I think there is space for that. It's about the pacing of it. It might take longer in a drama on TV for some of these things, internal things,
Yeah.
to play out. In a micro drama, you have to show it. You can't just
Yeah.
have someone in a corner and then infer that they're depressed. You got to show it, and it has to be immediate.
Yeah, yeah. And Mohau also has a follow-up question on that. He says, do we need to center the story on a theme like we do in long form?
It's helpful, and that's why in a simplified way, in workshops I break it down further, but in a simplified way, the hook kind of speaks to the theme. The hook is like the controlling idea, right? The hook is,
Yeah.
can a poor girl and a rich man actually make it? Can love survive across class lines? That
Yeah.
would be, and then
The
you would have
bigger,
the
yeah,
bigger theme would be, can love survive across class
right,
lines? And
right.
then you apply it by, I married the maid married the secret billionaire. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm. Okay, okay. I think before a lot of questions start pouring in, can you tell us? I know you do have a winter school during this time, in these cold winters. What are you up to?
Yeah. No, I decided a couple years. I've been running workshops for many years, but I
Yeah.
started my winter school officially last year, just to formalize it. And in winter, when usually people don't want to go outdoors anyway.
Mm.
So this year my focus is on format, which speaks to exactly what we've been talking about today. I realize a lot of people, even people who've been working in television, don't really understand what format is. They have an idea of what genre is, like
Yeah.
horror or romance, or you know what I
Yes.
mean, a thriller, but they have no idea what format is. And format is the container, it's the delivery system, it's the infrastructure of story.
Yeah.
So it's whether a story is suitable for a soapy, that's a format, or a telenovela, that's a different format. Whether it's better suited as a film or a 1 hour prestige drama. So that's what I want to do it's an 8-week masterclass series
Yeah.
online. And I'm basically breaking
Online.
down what format is, and each class will focus on a different format, so that writers, creators, producers, TV execs, maybe have been working for a long time but don't quite understand what it is, what format is, and how audiences engage with different formats.
Yeah.
Just like we're talking about verticals, this is one way audiences engage with verticals. With television, we used to have the remote control. Now we've
Yeah.
got we've got the thumb. And so it's breaking all of that down: the business, the creativity, and the structure of formats.
Okay. Any dates? When are you starting? I suppose now you're currently enrolling, yeah?
I'm enrolling, yes. It's all over my socials.
Okay.
The first class starts in 1st of July. They're every Wednesday evening, so when you're back from work. So they're every Wednesday from the 1st of July for 8 weeks. So you can sign up for
Oh,
one class, you can sign up for all 8 classes. But yeah, I hope to see you guys.
yeah, yeah. I actually have a question from M1s. M1s. Is the masterclass available for us outside SA, Nairobi, Kenya?
Yes, they're going to be online webinars, so they will
Yeah,
be
because it's
available
online.
to yeah. I've got some students from America, got some students from all over. Yeah, so they're
Okay,
available.
great. So sign up, M1s at M1s. You must sign up. We need to see you there. Thank
And
you
if you're a
so much.
student, there's also discount. Just so you know, if you're a student or Writers Guild member,
There's a student
yeah,
discount. So
it's
there's a student discount and there's a membership discount.
yes. I'm the chairperson of the Writers Guild, and so
Great.
those are part of the perks of being, you get discounts when you're a member of the Writers Guild. So as a
Yeah.
chairperson, I had to give writers a discount. So basically, it's 50% off if you're a student or if you're a writer in
Oh
the guild.
man.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know what to say, but I truly, truly appreciate. I think for me, this has been quite insightful. Let me see who is that. Okay, they're just saying that it's been very informative. Thank you. I also would like to thank you, Sisbusi, for your time. And there's a lot of appreciation online. This is Neo. Neo is actually one of the guys that are in our slate, isn't it? I saw him today
Okay.
at that hectic presentation. So thank you so much for that. Thanks to Sculpted M, Ray underscore Sculpture DM. Hey, people can have these names, but amazing. Thank you so much. Do you have any parting shots, Busi, on your side?
I just think, we're in a weird time and space in media and entertainment. A lot of things are changing. And I think people, it can get people depressed. People are losing jobs. People can't find work. But I
Yeah.
think this is a time when you have to be brave. And,
Yes.
I think anyone who's interested in microdramas, join the group that Mr. B convened us all and brought us all together, the African
Mm.
Microdrama Producers Network, because it's a space where
Yeah.
we can collaborate and share ideas. And I think something amazing things are going to come out of the African continent.
Yes.
And I'm excited to be part of it with you and all the other people we're working with. And we'll be talking about more about that later.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, we're blessed to have you there because I mean you've changed a lot for the best. So truly, truly appreciative of all that. Let me see this last comment. Maybe I can squeeze it in. Oh no, they're just saying we are the best. So thank you very much, Godfrey Lati, for that.
Thank
And
you guys.
thank you. Truly appreciate. On my side, what I'm gonna leave our audiences with is if you are watching us, well, you are watching us on YouTube. If you go to the description on the YouTube, you will find the links to some of the things that we share. There are some training projects. You will find links to Sisbusi's socials so that you can follow her on her accounts, be it TikTok or Instagram. Then you get then to see the call. But otherwise, every information is there. What is not there is the link to the group that we have. We've got a massive group with a lot of filmmakers, directors, writers, producers. We've got actors in there. We've got distributors in that group. So you want to be on that group. It's called the African Microdrama Producers Group. If you're not on there, what I will do after this live, I'm going to go there and I will share the link. I will share the link so that you can then access and join the group. Thank you so much, Sisbusi. I truly appreciate you. We are going to have more of these sessions. This is just the first one. So I really, really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. B. Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.